Hello guys, I am Mr. Jimmy. I will give you the review for the third partial exam, biology for 11th grade. We're gonna start with chapter 29, the nervous and endocrine system. The first lesson is how organ systems communicate. That's lesson 29.1 on page 818. Okay, try to remember, guys, you have to study for the exams this vocabulary. For example, over here in the first lesson, you have nervous system, endocrine system, stimulus, central nervous system, CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, PNS. Okay, in the first page of the lesson, you have some words definition you have to study. For example, over here you have a nervous system. You have to study the definition is a physically connected network of cell tissues and organs that control thought, movement, and simple life process such as swallowing. Okay, then you have another words, endocrine system. In the same page you have a stimulus. Okay, in the next page 819 you have the nervous endocrine system have different methods and rates of communication. Okay, over here you have two definitions. Study those two, please. Next page is the second lesson, 29.2, neurons. Over here, the same thing, the same way, guys. Study the vocabulary. Over here you have neuron, dendrite, axon, resting potential, sodium potassium pump, action potential, synapse terminal, and neurotransmitter. All these words you have to memorize, guys. Is in the lesson. A neuron, you have neuron, dendrites, axon in the first part of the lesson, neurons. Okay, next page you have another words on. I studied those two words too, guys. Over here you have that transmission through and between neurons. Okay, you have an action potential definition. The next page, we are on page 823. You have another words, action potential. Let's study that definition, please. Next lesson, the third one. Okay, over here you have to be careful, guys. In this lesson 29.3, the sense, I will give you some questions. Those questions you have to study for the exam too. And this vocabulary over here you had just three words definition. Study the three words. They're on the page 824 and 825. Over here, guys, you have the sense detect physical and chemical stimuli. Study the 5 different types of sensory receptors help humans to detect different stimuli. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 receptors. Study all these receptors for the exams. Okay, next page, you have continue with the definition. You have over here a hair cells. Study that too. And we are on page 829. That's lesson 29.4, central and peripheral nervous systems. Over here you have another words, vocabulary. Study this vocabulary: cerebrum, cerebral cortex, cerebellum, brainstem, reflex arc, somatic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, and the nervous system too. The definition of those words, they are in the lesson, guys, on page 829, 830, 831, 832, 833, and 834. And the last lesson, that's 29.5, brain function and chemistry. That's on page 835. Again, guys, study the vocabulary definition. Over here you have addiction, desensitization, tolerance, sensitization, stimulant, and depressant. Okay, talk about the drugs over here. Okay, the same thing, guys. Over here you have to study, for example, over here you had changes in brain chemistry can cause illness. Okay, you have to study this these functions about the neurotransmitters. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 function of the neurotransmitters. Okay, study all this. Next page, you have drugs alter brain chemistry. Over here, you have another definitions. Study all those definitions too. In the last part of definition, we have 2 types of drug, or how drugs work. In this case, you have 2 types of drugs. They are stimulants and depressants. Please, guys, study all those definitions for the first 5 lessons of the chapter 29. Okay, see you guys. God bless you, all of you.